Well, the humidity still a factor on this fall afternoon, but no rain in the forecast. That's the good news as you look inside Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be hemmed in. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Darnold. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
32-yard line.
Get it! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Ready?
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He was brought down.
They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Connor Gordon picks it off. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
Viking 18! Come on, set! Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Well, it's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Breaks a tackle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
A gain of 15. And the Seahawks first down.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. A little juke. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Down his tight end, that's complete. It's Bryant. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Play action. It's Sanders. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
24 yards.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold setting up the screen for Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
You look at this Jaguar defense. Now they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Darnold now to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. There's Chris Olave. Well, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside, have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Jaguars' 37-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
The Jaguars take over first down.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
60 Eagles, 6.
On play action, here's Shedeur. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. They've got a first down.
Come on, come on.
A toss out right to Gibbs. And he's got it down to the 28. The Jaguars in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second
Check,
and
Bobcat,
7
check,
on the
Bobcat.
Seahawks 9-yard line.
And now a hand off to Charbonnet. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trey McBride, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. On the ground with a tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Throw left side, there's London. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up.
And he's going to be taken down, back around the 35-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 at the 15. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Here's Darnold. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
To throw is Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On the coverage.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
Boswell's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Now Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
And the Jaguars, 1st down.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the 1st half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Gibbs will try and pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 15-yard line.
Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
65, big Lion. Ready?
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Shedeur Sanders, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one deep for London. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Drake London, 60 yards. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Seahawks 13.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of the special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time. Hey,
blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Sanders. And he rifles one incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is knocked away and incomplete. But I think it was a free play. Let's check the call. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Sanders. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. after the interception. Here's Darnold. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
When we talk all the time about playing situational football, right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold. This taken in by Kincaid. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Dalton Kincaid. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
The Seahawks will line up for the 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
First down 10 at the 28-yard line.
Go set.
Incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. 3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Now Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Donovan Ezeraku in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jack Bech, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now.
There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. James Cook, 69 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they have done a really nice job on him through 3 quarters plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going to get loose.
And this is why coaches always preach that it's a 4-quarter game, right? It gets trite for us.
And they will get back to it in 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Henry To'o got in there behind the line of scrimmage that time. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Jump out! Go to 50. Hey, you block the 50.
Now it's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And a nice job there skipping away from the 1 tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now it's Darnold. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's 2nd and 3. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Off of play action, Darnold. That's to Cook out of the backfield. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That was well defended, and while his completion resulted in a loss of yardage, it's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Oh, good move.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Back to throw, Darnold. Throws right back to London, complete again. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Cook up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Darnold to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
2nd and 4.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoil.